Well, hey there, folks. Another edition of Magnus's Loot Crate. You know what that means. Magnus has got goodies. So without further ado, I think I'm just going to get right into it. Now, you may have noticed I've got a little more light. Maybe make the video look a little better. Make things easier to see, hopefully. We'll see. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. And speaking of not knowing what the hell I'm doing, I'm also working on making the production value of the videos a little better. Well, you probably saw that in the channel announcement, but... Well, let's get right into it.
You dipshit!
Okay, there are two that I forgot last time. So I kind of feel bad for that, but I figured I'd throw them in this video. And there's a couple more that didn't quite make it in the mail. I'm a little bummed about those. But anyway, the two that I forgot last time, I got Masterpiece Blue Streak and Sunstreaker. Boy, I screwed that up, didn't I?
Blue Streak, no!
That ain't Blue Streak, that's Sunstreaker. And I do feel bad about having forgotten Blue Streak here. He was one of the funnier Autobots, I guess. Little Masterpiece Blue Streak action going on here. Of course, now he's exactly like Prowl and Smokescreen. They're all three kind of the same car, not quite, but almost, which made them entertaining. Of course, one thing I will say while I'm at it, I'm going to put prices and pictures of the box art up this way. So you'll see just, you know, like I'll try to make them fade in and out, but I'll give you prices. You know, if you want to know what site they're on, you can ask in the comments. You know, if you got a specific one you're wanting to know how much it was. But then we have these two came as a set. We have Generations Chromia. I believe this is Generations. Pretty sweet, huh? Look at that. She is one of the few official Transformers that I've got. And then we have Generations RC. Very nice. You can see, I do like the sculpt work on her. Although she's got a shelf chest. Of course, Chromia is a little more angled, as you can see. It looks like it might actually be boobs, unless these are just supposed to be incredibly perky. I don't know. Then again, for all I know, it could be that I have her transformed wrong, so. That's a good question. Speaking of RC, I also got a 2-pack DX9's Warren Pocket Line RC and Cup. RC's kind of cute, isn't she? Of course, I've already done the logo work myself. They just don't feel like Transformers without the logo. And yes, before you guys ask, I do indeed love me some RC. Whenever I get an RC figure in the mail, it's just, I do love me some RC. In general, I love the female Autobots. Just the whole concept when I was a kid in Season 2, when they first actually introduced the idea of female Autobots, I was happy with it. And it wasn't because I thought anything was sexist. It's just like, well, are the Autobots like humans at all, or are they just all dudes? Is the entire planet of Cybertron a sausage fest? Which leads me to something that I thought rather strange about RC here. Apparently RC has had several origin stories in the comic books, and one of which is she was created from one of Prime's ribs. She was a Prime rib, I guess. Which, that's how Optimus created her, to appease feminist groups. Fuck me, I don't know. The other story that I know, that I'm aware of, that I don't read the comics. This is just stuff I've found out from discussions and people talking about. The second way that RC came about is, as pink as she is, apparently at one point, the origin story was she was actually a male Autobot who was experimented on by Decepticon scientists. I don't think I have to tell you, but I think we all know what that means, right?
It's a trap.
Yeah. That would be that would be the operative terminology. Speaking of female Autobots, this one is probably not an actual Transformer, but because so we have, this is Legend Slash, the actual official Hasbro. Now she is the Velociraptor of the Dinobots, which I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Apparently there's a few female Dinobots that have been come up with in the past. Slash and one called Paddles, which is a plesiosaur, which I suppose that makes sense. But this is Fans Project's Chimera. Now, Chimera being the obviously a female bot, and she is the Velociraptor, as you can see. So I was like, well, if there's going to be a Masterpiece Slash, she would fit right in with the Dinobots. I think most of the Dinobots in Masterpiece scale are quite a bit bigger. But I do love the look of that one. So that is going to be my Masterpiece Slash figure. Also, I picked up Iron Factory's Rush Beats, aka Jazz. I've already done the logo work. So this is me being well on my way to a Legend scale collection of Autobots and Decepticons, so that these be perfect on like a floating shelf. Put a diorama up of a landscape, floating shelf, and just kind of, set them up, sort of a war battle scene, whatever. Or even just kind of display them. I do enjoy the posability on them, which is why I say a battle scene would be really nice. Also in the Legends scale, I got Magic Square's Transporter, aka Ultra Magnus. As you probably noticed, I am also throwing alt modes up in the corner, just so you can see, because I'm not going to take the time to transform them all, because that would just take up way too much time. But he is definitely a nice bit of sauce. I think he's got some light piping in there, as you could probably see. Not keen on the light piping, to be honest. I mean, I thought it was a great invention, so to speak. You shine a light in the back of their head and their eyes light up. That's cool in theory, but I much prefer painted eyes, because they just kind of stand out on their own. Going along the same veins, apparently, Legend Scale has also given us DX9's War in Pocket line, the Conehead Decepticons. It's hard to tell which way to move these things. We have Ramjet, of course. We have Thrust. I like those golden colored eyes. And we have Dirge. The eyes on these are just fucking awesome. Although I'm trying to remember if Ramjet had the gold colored eyes in the cartoon. I don't think he did, because most of the time the Autobots had blue eyes. Decepticons all had red eyes, which was a good distinguisher. We also have Warren Pockets Dutch. And of course the problem that I have with this one, dear Jesus, why? This ball joint does not like to stay attached. In fact, it seems like it wants to spit the leg off every now and again, which is more a problem when you're transforming it or posing it. You know, but he is an awesome little figure, and he also has the opening chest with the metrics, which I've already used to make a joke with, but apparently blind people can't read the text on the comic, so I may have to go back and fix it for those with the eyesight of Mr. Magoo or Helen Keller.
That's a joke, boy. You missed it.
Apparently,
Right past you.
white text on a black background cannot somehow be read. Now, Dutch came with his trailer. Of course, you know, I've already done ye olde logo work, which also his trailer, as you would expect with an Optimus Prime figure, opens up and has the little tough to move around, but it of course has the little doo-whopper here. I am disappointed, however, that they did not include a tiny roller with this. DX9, if you're listening to this by any stretch of the imagination, I know I'm not that famous, but please, for the love of God, make a tiny roller that I can stick in this trailer. I will love you till the end of time. And also, I can't quite get them out, but this trailer also comes with little tiny ramps that are apparently hard as shit to get out, or at least I would need maybe tweezers and a lot of force to get them out. So we'll just go ahead and bypass that particular thing for right now. And of course, the only problem I really have, and I cracked out Megatron just for this very purpose, is to show that, you know, this is I forget the company that makes him. I'll have to look, but he doesn't quite, Dutch doesn't quite match up. Megatron's a lot taller in comparison. However, I did find an Optimus Prime from Kuben Bao, KBB, who pretty much, yeah, I've got my little finger, but you can see their feet kind of side by side. They're right about the same height. So if you want to use if you're just gonna have robot mode in a battle scene, KBB's little Optimus Prime here seems to be tall enough to do the job. He doesn't have the opening chest with the matrix or anything. You know, I've already done the logo work. He's got the light piping too, which I would be about tempted to take the back of his head off and just throw some electric blue paint on the eyes. Fuck it. But he does have a nice little transformation. And he's Pretty decent little figure for $14. That's not fucking bad. Or like $13.99. Don't worry, if I misquote, the prices are going to be up there anyway. Then, of course, as far as the last Legends size figure goes that I have, I believe, yes, this is the last one I will be showing for right now, because the little RC Pink Assassin figure that I ordered is this far from being delivered, but not quite here. And that is a shame, because I've already told you guys I do love me some RC. There goes that fucking leg off that Dutch figure again. If anybody knows how to fix a ball joint that just that wants to like kick off the piece that is holding on, please tell me. But anyway, this is Magic Square's interpretation of Blaster. He is a cool looking little figure. I do like that. And the company that sent him, I do have to give them props. You can probably see it on the box art. They taped a little Autobot logo sticker to the front of the box. How fucking cool is that? They know what's up. They know exactly what the fuck I was wanting this for, because, I mean, it's Blaster. He comes with a tiny version of Ramhorn, too. Which, Ramhorn is almost exactly like the tiny little Ravage figure I got with the little Legend-size Soundwave that I got. Which was really cool. Now going back to, I also got Windblade here when I ordered RC and Chromia. All three of these came from the Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, most of the Legends figures came from either TF Source or the Chosen Prime. Like I've told you guys before, those are the two that I prefer the most. Now, this one. We have Open and Play's Big Cannon, aka Galvatron. Now, I hesitate to call him a masterpiece figure. He is very nice, very posable, but I hesitate to call him masterpiece because he's really mostly feels like hard plastic. But Open and Play has only made 2 Transformers. They've got Big Cannon here and Big Spring, which is, you know, Galvatron and Springer. Let's just admit it. For the price, they're not bad if you're sick of paying masterpiece prices. Of course, I've already done the Decepticon logo work on this one, because why wouldn't I? And we also have this is I believe this is another DX9. This is their interpretation of Power Glide. He is a very nice looking. The box art's a little strange, I have to admit, if you've already seen it up there. The box art's a little weird, but I kind of dig it, because it's a little too Germanic for me, mein frère. Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. And of course, now, one thing I do like about a lot of these figures, and I think Bobby Skullface is the one who says it the best, they all come with that thing from that one episode. And oddly enough, Power Glide here comes with a little figure of that chick that fell in love with him for whatever fucking reason in that one episode. And he also comes with the little heart that he showed off at the end of that episode. So, yeah. Don't that beat the band. Now we have 2 more before I get to the last 2 pièces de résistance. I got myself A masterpiece Megatron. Oh yeah. Because what collection of Autobots and Decepticons would be complete without a nice masterpiece Megatron to aim that big old fusion cannon at the screen? There is a little something strange though. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it through the microphone here. Maybe the speaker's in the ass end of this thing. It comes with sound effects. Sound effects. The only problem is he does. You flip this little switch right here on the cannon. Like, it's at the end. This makes transforming sounds. You flip it up one more, it makes laser sounds. Flip it down again, and he starts speaking in Japanese. Japanese, yeah. Japan, I know you guys are big fans of Transformers, but maybe you could have had one that said stuff in English. In Frank Welker's voice, maybe, possibly.
Use your imagination.
I've heard a lot of people, too, though, bitch about his back. Honestly, I can't bitch about it. Because, I mean, look how good this thing looks. And he came with the whole shitload of that thing from that one episode accessories, so yeah, I can't complain. Oh, Megatron here, he's a very good figure. I cannot, you know. I mean, he looks like he would be a very intimidating presence on your toy shelf. I mean, why wouldn't he be? Megatron's supposed to be intimidating. He never actually was, but... And now this is the MS Magic Squares. You know, they're Optimus Prime. They call him Light of Freedom. Trying to get his head tilted up just right. He is a beauty. I mean, I've seen review videos on him, you know, before I bought him, but having this thing in my hands, that, you know, when you have the thing in your hands and you just get that feeling inside that's like, yes, this was the right choice to purchase. I mean, if you're going to have a masterpiece Optimus Prime, you want one that when you're looking at it in your hands, you're just like, no doubt about it. It was worth the cash. He comes with a little matrix in there, of course. And the fun part is he, like Masterpiece Megatron over there, he also comes with that thing from that one episode items. He also these two little bits here are removable, and the windshields are removable. And they can be replaced with battle damaged versions. Masterpiece Megatron also comes with the fucked up face and the fucked up chest plate that gives him the battle damaged look too, so you can recreate the whole, you know, fight scene from Transformers the movie, which I would probably use like both of those kind of just as battle damage for like a whole scene that I would set up. But indeed, this thing was definitely, it was $129 brand new pre-order. It's got, you know, nice articulation, and I do love those pistons they added into his knees. Fully posable, all the whole 9 yards, and he is a beautiful figure. Like I said, when you actually got it in your hand, and you feel just that warm fuzzy feeling in your soul that says that was money well spent, then that's how you know, yeah, you bought a decent figure. I have had a couple, only a couple, thankfully, where I felt like, yeah, I should have went with something else. But not with that one. There's been a few, there's been very few, thankfully, that I've had that problem with, where it's like, God, why did I fucking buy that? And you really don't want to be feeling like that. Let's just face it. That's when you just, you know. I mean, there are some figures I've had, just that once you get them in your hand, it's like, this wasn't worth, you know, the $80, $90 I spent for it. I would have felt better if I only spent like 30 or 40. But when you're buying these little third-party Transformers, you just kind of have to go with what you got. Yeah. Of course, I haven't been showing off the accessories, but I did. I've had, you know, Cuban Bowles Optimus Prime, gun in hand, and just kind of posing him up, setting him off to the side, just for my own kind of entertainment, you know, because I do love that they all come with like thigh swivels, so you can kind of give them a screwball looking stance. And, you know, these feet rockers where you can rock the ankles to side, those definitely make these far more entertaining, because when you've got them posed, you want as much of an action-y pose as you can pull off. I mean, let's face it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for those of you who already know that this is a thing, this is not money well spent. I'm just going to flat out say it. This was money well wasted. Because I got a fucking bonus at my job. Driving Yodi truck, I'm what they call a platinum level driver. So when I get a bonus, it's a quarterly bonus, but when I get a bonus, I get a decent amount of cash. And oh God, my arm hurts just thinking about this, but fuck it. Oh, let us. Oh, fucking Christmas. We have, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is my firstborn son, and I'm proud of him. He was a bitch to push out. Nah, this is the Lewin 01 Atlas. And of course I ordered, somebody actually makes the Autobot insignia for him, which that was an extra like $10. But well worth it, cause I mean, look at this monster. I could use his gun as a fucking pistol, and let's just not beat around the bush. I had to buy the batteries, but we have liftoff, gentlemen and ladies. This bad boy, his eyes, his gun. When I can figure out what battery works for it, let me see if I can get to it, because this is hard to open. Of course we have, if I could get it to light up, but we have a nice weighty matrix of leadership. I mean, holy shit. And this thing has, like, you could probably see from the light over there, he's got like die-cast metal stacks, chrome faceplate. This was, as I said before, money well wasted. You know, like when you buy something for yourself that's like, yeah, I wasted cash on that, but god damn it, I had a blast fucking doing it. That is... Now, I have a Matrix of Leadership necklace, and this is one about the size from an actual masterpiece, MP10 Optimus Prime. So this one's, yeah, I think the largest I would go with for a necklace would be the one from the Wei Jiang oversized Optimus Prime, because this Matrix on this bad boy, that's about the size of necklace you would expect fucking Flavor Flav to be wearing. And boy, he is a bitch to get his legs situated. But God fucking damn it, it was well worth the price of admission. I'm gonna tell you right now, that was well worth it. I mean, it's $360 fucking dollars, but I'm glad I got it because that is gonna be one hell of a thing to have as a centerpiece in any collection. Just this ginormous Optimus Prime. Now, if they ever come out with a Megatron that big, oh, there's going to be a lot of collectors going to have to find just make like a floor arena where your coffee table used to be, because you fully posable like that, and you could set them up in your living room and have them fight each other, or set up a small battle scene, like a final battle scene with them. That I can imagine. He is fully transformable too. You probably seen from the pictures the box that he came in. That truck mode is hefty. It is very hefty. And I do have a whole bag of shits that, I don't know, I guess there were bits and bobs to cover screw holes and to put in like little cracks and crevices. I have not figured out where they all go. Some of them I have, like one's the cover for the battery compartment on the back of his head. One was like a battery cover for something else. Like he's got little battery covers. Like the little lights and things on his shoulders and the lights in his feet, those light up too. But you need a lot of little watch batteries for that. And I think the Matrix takes a different type of battery, because I got like all the same kind of watch batteries and I could not get them to fit in the Matrix. So if anybody's thinking about buying it, you've been warned of how much it costs, and you've been warned about how much how many battery. You need something like 20 batteries, I think, for all the lights. So be prepared for that. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been another edition of Magnus's Loot Crate. I do believe I will see you all next time.